So you want to impress your friends with some delicious macarons? Here are the 4 steps to master these magnificent treats. You'll need approximately 50 minutes, which includes the prepping time. Let's get started. Okay, so we need 2 baking trays, some baking paper, a dark marker pen, and the tracing ring that came in the box. The prep time will take about 10 minutes. First thing we're going to do is make a piping guide. Cut the baking paper the same size as the trays and then lay it down flat with the curly side up. Using the tracing ring, trace out the inner circles. This helps you to make the right size macaron shells every time and avoids them sticking together if they're too close to each other. Remember, the spacing is really important. Flip it over and place it in the tray curly side down, and the paper will sit flat, ready for piping. An easier option is to print off the pre-drawn piping guide from the Zumbo website and just pipe right over the top of it. Getting the exact measurements is the first pressure point in creating your macarons. The meringue mix is super sensitive, so make sure you use clean metal or glass bowls and not plastic. Plastic bowls can trap in oils and affect the mix. Whip the meringue mix and water with an electric mixer on medium speed. You want the mix to create a peak when you lift out the beaters, like this. Then add the almond base through a sifter. Push it through with a spoon to get rid of any lumps. Mix this in with a spatula. Then use very short pulses to get the final consistency. The batter must flow off your beaters like lava. This batter isn't ready, it's still sticking. One more pulse, and here we go, lava. Whatever you do, don't overpulse, because at this point, overbeating will thin out the mix. Lava. You're almost there. Now grab your piping bag and let's start piping. Put the piping bag into a big glass or mug while you're scooping it in. This avoids tricky filling. Carefully cut the tip along the dotted line. Hold the piping bag with 2 hands and place the tip about 1 centimeter above the center of each circle. Squeeze with the top hand till the batter fills the circle. Pull the tip away from the center, leaving the short tail pointing straight up. If you get any odd-shaped ones, then use a spoon to fix it. Tap the trays to burst any bubbles and let them sit for 10 minutes. Now this is important because if they don't rest, the shells won't have feet. We're down to the last step. You can almost taste them. For conventional ovens, you need to do 1 tray at a time. Fan forced can do both at the same time. For this demo, we're using 1 tray. At 14 minutes, open the oven and check if the shells are done. You'll know this because the feet and tops don't compress when you press lightly. And I mean ever so lightly. You don't want to burst them. If they're not done yet, give them a minute and retest. Overbaking them can make them hard and crumbly. You want to avoid this. Take them out of the oven and then slide the paper onto the bench. Once the shells are cool, carefully peel them off and arrange the best 30 into 15 matching pairs. Now leave them to cool completely and go and prepare your filling. When you're making the caramel filling, just give it a quick massage to warm it up if it's feeling a bit hard. Add the butter and whip it up until light. Remember to start slowly so it mixes evenly. An optional step is to stir through some salt flakes. Put the mix in a piping bag, pipe onto 1 shell, sandwich together, voila! The mighty macaron, the instant friend magnet.